Welcome to the Crewcast, the Crew's live podcast about video games and all things Crew. Join us and many of your favorite crew members as we review games, talk about the new Crew series, answer your questions, and much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of the Crewcast.
Welcome to the Crewcast for the 2nd of November 2013. Today we have Piper, Gizmo, Belbuzz and myself, Danny, and let's go straight into the news.
Alright, so gaming news and some mixture of other stuff. Steam beats out Xbox Live with 65 million active accounts. 6 million concurrent users, like as a peak at one time on Steam. What do you guys
That's
think?
brilliant.
I think it was inevitable that it was going to happen.
Yeah, it's been growing and growing, and that's just crazy.
But Xbox are going to use that now. It's like, oh, well, if Steam can do all this virtual stuff, we can do it too.
Well, I mean,
They're nice about
Xbox has really led the pack when it comes to, online gaming and everything. But remember too, I mean, Xbox Live is more about people online playing games. I mean, they are paying for it. So, I mean, these are, even though they're just getting beat by Steam, we don't pay a monthly fee for Steam. We're only paying for the games we buy. Microsoft, all those users are paying, $9.95 a month if they pay it like for a year in advance, and I think it goes up if you pay it monthly versus paying for a full year. So obviously Microsoft's making a lot more cash from its users because of the subscription fee, but I would assume that Steam is just selling tons of games, especially when sales come up.
Yeah.
But I really do hope that we see Microsoft continue to kind of do some of the things that Steam is doing, because it looks like Steam's kind of copied some of the stuff Microsoft talked about doing with the Xbox One when it came to the family share. So I think it's pretty cool. Steam seems to be a little bit more limited on that, but hopefully the two can push each other. Sony, involved too. All of them pushing each other will keep advancing. But I think it's really cool to see that there's that many PC gamers out there on Steam.
Yeah.
All right, this one's a biggie for me because I'm absolutely loving this game, Titanfall. And it's going to be on the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and the PC. Exclusive for life. So there won't be a Titanfall 2 that'll be on the PS4. I mean, it's only going to be on Microsoft consoles and, of course, PC, which means Windows. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a big thing for Microsoft.
In my opinion, it's both. I think it's great. I mean, the game, what I've seen of it, looks fantastic, but I'm just not a big fan of these exclusive things. I would rather see it on both consoles, but I understand why they have exclusives, because obviously a console has to have the exclusive to get some more attention onto it and some more exclusivity. That's a new word. It's both good and bad, but probably more good than bad, I guess.
Well, what I find interesting on this too, though, is typically you see like Sony, The Last of Us. The company funds it, and it's an exclusive. But typically you see these companies like Microsoft and Sony sponsoring developers and then getting exclusive rights. This particular company that's making Titanfall is actually under the EA naming. I mean, they're part of EA, and it sounds like the company itself didn't even realize that Titanfall was going to end up being exclusive for life. And kind of EA, the way it seems, at least reading the news, is this was kind of implied by EA, but they didn't really talk to the original developer. So the original developer is kind of like, wow. So, but again, it's all about who's got the money. And I can't imagine, because EA is controlling this company, that Microsoft didn't have to fork over a ton of money. So let's move on to a game that isn't exclusive and will probably be on everything possible, and that's Telltale Games has announced The Walking Dead Season 2, and they have a trailer for it.
Yes! people who have played the first game will be very happy with the hint in the trailer. I won't say much because some people haven't played it, but if
Not
people
yet.
have played it, you'll know. But it was a very short like teaser trailer, but at least it was announcing that it's finally coming out, and I can't wait, can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. And if you guys haven't played season 1, I highly recommend it. Cannot recommend it enough, high enough.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't yet to play the first one. I've got it, and I just Mrs. Bobs wants to play it with me, so we just need to find time to actually play it. But I'm really happy that they're continuing the series. And Telltale is still doing it. I would have hated to seen it like change to some other place. Sometimes that happens in the gaming world, but Telltale's got it, and Telltale also has another game in this type of genre. It was a wolf, like a werewolf type thing, isn't it?
The Wolf Among
Yeah,
Us.
Fable. I think it's
it's
set by. It's another
Fables.
comic as well. It's based on another comic, I think. Fable comic, which is based on like fairy tale characters, I think, in the real world.
So I mean, they've got a lot of cool stuff, and I think reports have been that that's a pretty decent game in itself, also.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
All right, so crew news, and we have big news because right now, what's going on is Minecon. Right as you watch this, Minecon is going on. And the crew is going to be at Minecon. And 3 crew are flying from the Europe area to Orlando, Florida to meet up with me, Mrs. Boz, and Lizzie. So there'll be 6 of us knocking the roof off of the convention center with all the crews. So the question is, who's going? Well, we've kind of kept it tight-lipped, but there may already have been some videos. If we did post anything from Minecon already, there may have been something that went up the night before on Friday. So we have some surprises. So why don't you guys all reveal? As you can see, Piper is sporting the lovely Minecon cape, as is Danny. Gizmo? Oh,
Oh,
Gizmo.
Giz!
Why don't you have a cape, Gizmo?
Because I don't like the cape.
So, as you can see, Piper and Danny are going to Minecon, as is Gizmo. He just does not want the cape. So what we will probably do is after Minecon's over, when we get back, we may try to work up some type of contest, and the winner will get a 2013 Minecon cape.
Ooh.
So stay tuned for that, but we want to get Minecon over with and everything, and then we'll go into that. So obviously, Giz, Piper, Danny will be there. Me, Lizzie, Mrs. Boz. We're going to try to do a few videos here and there showing some of the stuff that's going on at Minecon. And Gizmo is going to be, Gizmo, Piper, and Danny will be our intrepid reporters. I actually did buy, and it just arrived today, a wireless microphone. So
Oh,
it will
brilliant.
be quite interesting to see how they handle. Piper will probably interview one of the guys from Hat Films.
No, they're not going there,
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm just
don't
making
think.
Oh, can I interview Sky?
Oh,
You do realise we'd have to say at the end, back to you, Buzz.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be real fun. We're going to try to do a few videos. We'll probably try to put something up Friday night late U.S. time, which shows our kind of arrival there. Probably more where we're staying and just kind of getting acquainted with our surroundings. And then we plan on, trying to do some stuff from the show floor. Probably won't put that stuff up until Saturday night, late, and then maybe put some stuff up Sunday night from the second day of the show. Obviously, we'd have loved to have had all the crew there, but as we've stated, it's a very, very expensive process with all the crew
Yeah.
being in Europe to bring them over. So we only could get 6 tickets anyway, but let alone to try to bring 6 or more from Europe over would have been expensive. We are hoping, against all hope, that next year it's in, say, the UK, Germany, or even Sweden or something, maybe where the cost of travel. But UK would be great.
London 2014, come on, Mojang.
Because then if it's there, we can have all the crew there, and then Mrs. Boz, Lizzie, and myself will fly across. And it's only really we have to worry about flying us. So it'll be a much cheaper setup. So we're going to be pretty cool the way we're doing it. We're, obviously they're flying over. We're flying down to Florida. Ours is a very short flight. Theirs is a very long flight.
10 hours, 25 minutes.
We are going to be staying. We got 2 condos. One condo is for Lizzie, Miss Boz, and me, and another condo for them. Just so you guys all know, there are all separate bedrooms.
Yeah.
There are?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
you and Danny have a separate room, and then Piper has a separate room. But they're a really nice condo. I mean, there's a living room with TV. There's TVs in the bedrooms, kitchen area, little dining area. So it's not going to be a cramped small hotel. We've got a decent setup, and we're not very far from the convention center. So if any of you guys are going to be there, you can definitely get on our forum, send a message to me on the forum if you're there, because we're going to try to on Saturday night. Ooh, or Sunday night. On Sunday night, we're going to try to have dinner somewhere, and I know a few of people who have been fans of ours or friends of ours have talked about meeting up with us for dinner. So
I think Swippen's definite, isn't he?
I think Swippen and Sassy,
Yeah.
and her mom, Swippen and his daughter, and then I know Chunky Monk has said he's interested. So, but the best way is to message me on the forum. If you have any of the other crew that are going on some form of communication, you could try, but remember they're coming across here, so their cell phones or wireless capabilities are going to be more just wireless versus
Yeah.
the radio cell networks.
Yeah, we don't know if we're going to have any data or anything. Well, we definitely won't have data over there. It'll just be Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Are we going
Sorry,
to Walmart?
just what you said.
Gizmo
go
wants
to
to go to
Walmart?
Walmart.
He wants
Yeah.
to go to
Well, I
McDonald's.
need
Well, we've
to.
got McDonald's over here. I'm not going all the way to America just to go to McDonald's. Sorry, rant over.
Well, what it might happen is it could be that we go somewhere like a Mexican restaurant. Gizmo can't eat any of it and looks like he is, still hungry. So then we have to stop at a drive-thru or let him go into McDonald's just so he can get something. Gizmo doesn't like soup either, people. Can you believe this?
You don't like
Easiest food
soup?
to
I did
eat.
not know that.
Boss said it earlier and you completely blanked him.
Oh,
hashtag,
was that what you said?
hashtag rude.
No, I didn't. You shut up. We're
So-
gonna get on great.
So it's going to be really fun, the footage. There might be some actual fights on the footage. It could be. My money, if Giz and Piper fight, Giz will be destroyed.
Hey.
All right, so let's
Piper
move
wins.
on. But Minecon, we're really excited. As we film this, it's Thursday night. I think Danny is getting ready to leave right after this recording.
In an hour.
Giz and Piper will be leaving later on, but
Yeah.
they're all going to be meeting up at the airport and then flying together. And then we'll be flying in about a half hour before they get into Orlando. We get in. So it's going to be fun. Look for some
I'm so
footage.
excited.
And, we may have some footage that we save until we get back, but we'll try to do some small uploads of just some stuff while we're there. All right, next up on Crew News. The theme build server has been up for a little less than a week, and the current theme is Disney. We're going to let that theme run for 2 weeks because with Minecon, it's just too hard to shut it down, back it up, create a new server, set it up for the new theme, record, all that. So we're giving people 2 weeks. There are still plots open. I think there's a decent amount open.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
We've
still left.
expanded the size of it, so I think we did a pretty good job with that. A lot of great builds being built. Lots of stuff.
Yeah. Fantastic builds. I'm so amazed at the talent of our community.
So if you haven't gone on, in the description of the video is the link to it. Go on, do your Disney theme build you have over a week or so. About a week from when you see this video. And then Piper will be taking over the reins on the video to showcase the builds.
Yeah. I'll try to live up to your high expectations from your first.
No, I shot the bar real low for you. So
No, but
Right.
it was in 1080, wasn't it?
Piper can't
Yeah, I
see
can't
anything.
do that. Somebody throwing blocks at me.
All right. Next up. Today is Halloween when we record this, not when you see the episode.
It's Thursday.
So, we had just released a teaser of what we're going to be doing as kind of a Scooby special, but we wanted to release the trailer on Halloween. Now, this is a project that's gotten bigger than we thought it would be. So we were hoping maybe to have it done completely for Halloween, but that didn't work out. But we wanted to at least put up a Halloween trailer. But hopefully, after we get back from Minecon, we can finish knocking it out, and within about a week and a half to 2 weeks, the actual full episode will go up. But it should be
Woo!
really good. And the trailer, I think, turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the main segment. Now, the main segment is going to be a question and a subject for us to talk about. And that is Minecraft a one-hit wonder for Mojang? Or do you think they've got another one in them? A lot of times this happens with game houses, artists that sing music. They call them a one-hit wonder. Mojang has done Scrolls, and I think it did sell enough to fund the development, but obviously it's not been the success that Minecraft has been. But do they have another hit in them?
I think Minecraft has been such a explosion of popularity. It's hard to say. Like, I definitely don't think they're going to get another game the level that Minecraft has reached, really, because it's such a different type of game. They'll probably bring out some other games, and it'll probably get a decent amount of copies bought or whatever. But I think that's probably going to be based on because of just their name, really. It's definitely going to be hard to. Sorry, go on.
No, you finished. I thought you'd had to finish.
Oh, no, but it's definitely going to be hard for them to reach this level of just the openness of the game and just the popularity, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with Giz. I would really hope that they could be successful, like past Minecraft. But again, I don't think they're ever going to reach the scope of Minecraft, how big it's got. But I would hope they'd do a bit more successful than, is it Cobalt and Scrolls that they've released or are releasing? Or
Oh, well, Cobalt is a third-party developer making it,
uh,
and
okay.
they're doing, I guess, the publishing role of it, whereas Scrolls was done in-house.
Yeah. I mean, I really hope that something does come from games in the future. But it's not going to be as big as Minecraft.
They are still quite a young company as well, so they've got a lot of time ahead of them to try and create another game like Minecraft, well, not like Minecraft, but a big game.
Yeah, I'm
I think they
wondering
can do
if
it.
what's going to happen is, I mean, obviously they're still doing Minecraft content, but at some point, are they going to make the decision that, okay, we've supported Minecraft as much as we can. We're only going to do bug fixes at this point, but now we're going to start pushing for Minecraft 2, or something where in a sense, if it can be successful, you have the potential of all of these sales that they've made for Minecraft now carrying over to a new product that's supposedly the successor. Maybe less blocky, or I don't know, more detail. Maybe it's more like a lot of these shaders you're seeing where they try to get more photorealistic. Will they try something like that, or will they continue to just keep upgrading Minecraft? Because none of us have had to pay an extra dime for all these updates. I mean, we were promised when we bought it updates for the life of the product.
Yeah,
That's
Not
an
I mean,
not a
interesting
very
point,
not a
actually.
not a very smart business decision. Notch even kind of said. I think the lawyers were kind of like, "Woo, we need to change that wording."
but I think how much money have they actually made? They've made like a lot.
Oh, they continue to keep selling this game, and they keep relicensing it for other platforms and uh, consoles and handhelds and portable phones and Android, iOS. It's on everything. There's merchandise everywhere. I mean, you go into stores here in the States, there's Minecraft stuff, right on the shelves. In some cases, right when you walk in, there it is on a display. But I mean, will they stop at some point and just say, we've spent all this time, all this effort. Do we stop now and try to start a new product that continues this game but takes it to a different level, and now we have the chance to resell it to all those people? I think eventually they'll do that, but I think it won't happen until the sales stop. or slow down to a trickle of the current version.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much more you can do really with Minecraft. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they keep adding more stuff, but like, there's only so many animals you can have until your world's too crowded. There's only so many different biomes you can have. So eventually, yeah, it will stop.
Well, I mean, I kind of disagree with that, Piper. I would love to see like a massive variety of animals. Like, I love more creatures. I would love to see, like, I mean, how big is the Minecraft world? It's pretty massive, so you can pretty much keep going, and the world wouldn't be cramped. There'd be more spaces, like more spaces for different biomes. So, like, the world is it's not going
What
to get
other biomes can
cramped.
they add though?
I mean, look on Reddit. They're always coming up with these different kind of biomes and stuff. I mean, the recent update has added some pretty cool biomes, but like, there's like loads of different like desert biomes, different kind of water biomes, different kind of like jungle biomes. There's so many.
But then if you have like different kind of jungle biomes, will you always have the cats in the jungle? Will you always have like, I don't know, an eagle in the desert or something? Like, because that's the way they are at the moment. Will they just limit it to those certain types of like horses in the plains? Then you're only going to be able to have like five or six different creatures. But there again, mobs, the passive mobs, there's like sheep are all over the place. Wait, I'm arguing myself here.
I don't think there's things that they can't do. I mean, I think there's always going to be options they could add to it. I mean, I would love to see like the underwater areas have more,
Yeah,
things you can find. Even just,
definitely.
not even considering just that you could have more animals in the water, more mobs, but actually like underwater where you could find like caves, where you could find, more territory because nobody really goes around in the water and really explores too much. You just go swimming across it
Yeah.
or boating across it. You might like dig down to try to get to a cave system, but it's just a cave system. Maybe more like forgotten civilizations that have become flooded. Um,
Ooh.
and I mean, they could even get crazy and start adding, leaving the world to another world. I mean,
The
that
moon.
could be things that happen, much like Star Made. I think what'll happen though is if they do the mod API, it's going to really open up how easily it'll be to do mods. I mean, it's easy now with Bucket, but the upgrades always force delays with updates to plugins and Bucket. But once that mod API is in there, I mean, people are going to almost be able to do anything they want. And I think you'll see a lot of creativity continue to come out from the users. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. I think if the sales ever start to slow down, I think they have to start thinking of something else. But I do
Yeah.
think you'll also see them continue to maybe look for indie developers to publish. And if
Yeah.
they could be a much better choice for some people. They've got money, they've got some leeway. If you're looking as an indie developer for somebody to publish your game, I would bet Mojang would probably offer you better rates, royalties or whatever, than say if you go to EA. But there's a lot of options now for indie developers. I mean, Steam obviously is huge. And then you still have all the other Steam-like sites out there. PS4, Sony's pushing hard to get indie titles on their consoles and on their handhelds. And then of course Microsoft is doing the same thing now with the Xbox. So lots of options out there. So it's a great time I think to be an indie developer. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of that success is because of Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are very jealous of Mojang and their success, be it indies or large developers. I mean, Notch has made a small fortune, or not even really a small fortune, a major fortune.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, right now, he's probably sitting at the office and he's screaming, "More wine!" All right, let's move on. So, deal of the week. We have one deal because one deal's going on right now, but as we record, but it's over. So when you guys see this, so if you missed the Steam Halloween sale, well, but there is a great sale going on right now by the Humble Weekly Bundle. It's a Team 17 digital bundle, and I'm sure one of the crew has already brought this up and is ready to tell about all of the lovely titles
Team
that are going to
17.
be in involved in this. The base ones, if you bid at least I think $1, you'll get all of these titles.
Worms Armageddon, Worms Blast, Worms Ultimate Mayhem, Worms Pinball, Worms Crazy Golf, Super Frog HD.
And if you pay $6 or more,
Alien Breed Impact, Alien Breed 2 Assault, Alien Breed 3 Descent, Worms Revolution Gold includes all DLC!
So lots of Worms titles, and I know some of the crew are huge fans of Worms, and I know a lot of you guys out there are too. This is a great way to get a ton of Worms titles. I'm not too sure on the other game, that other series.
I've
Alien
never heard of
Breed.
it.
So I don't know anything about that other series, but I've heard some people say it's decent.
Yeah, it's like a kind of shooter with aliens,
But I mean, you
survival
can't.
horror.
Yeah, you can't beat the humble weekly bundles in a lot of cases. I mean, you get a decent amount of games for, you name the price. At least $6 gets you all those titles. Worms, just the Worms by himself, minus the one for the $6 price is great. So I mean, you could pay $1 if that's all you've got and get all of his Worms titles. Pay $6, you get all that other series plus the was it Worms Armageddon?
Revolution.
Worms Revolution, yeah. So really great deals. I highly recommend that you check it out. I think you can get Steam codes for every one of those. Only 2 of those games are supported on Mac,
Yep.
but you get them all. So even if you got a Mac, you can get 2 games for $1, or I think $6, because I think one of them is one of the $6 games, isn't it?
No, the two of them are the name your price ones.
Okay, so $1 Mac user, you get 2 games. You'd have the other ones if you ever get a Windows PC, or if you use something like Boot Camp to boot Windows on your Mac. So lots of options, but great stuff as always. And if you guys missed the Steam sale, it's a shame because there's some decent games, all kind of Halloweenish themed games, although they took some liberties with that. Okay, last up, your questions. Now, our first question. Well, before I get to that, uh, look at the description of this video. It has a link for how to submit questions to us. Click that link. You can type a question. You can also post a link to your question if you did it on YouTube, or if you did it as an audio file, say on SoundCloud, however you want. We do love audio and video questions. We actually will have one of those here in a second. And, submit your questions. Try to come up with some questions that haven't been asked, and that has a better chance of coming through. All right, first question from 2500. Does anyone in the crew use a laptop to play Minecraft?
I do.
Piper does. Alicia does. I use a laptop some. I use a desktop some. In fact, right now I'm actually using my laptop on this. And, there's, I think, the 3 of us. I don't think anyone else has a laptop, do they?
No, I don't
I have a
think
broken
so.
one.
That doesn't count.
Oh.
So, I mean, yes, some of us do. And I think in the case of Alicia and Piper, there's a relatively, I think, about the same spec. I think Alicia's might be a hair newer.
Yeah.
But they have an NVIDIA graphics card in it, so they have no problems with Minecraft. I think you get over 100 frames per second generally, don't you?
Yeah, usually.
All right, so now that leads into our next question, and this is from Don't Like Creepers, and this is an audio question. So let's listen up.
I want to ask the crew, what's the best laptop to play Minecraft, getting about 50 to 60 frames per second with budget around 300 to 450 pounds? Thanks.
All right, so the question is, what is the best laptop? Pretty open-ended question.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So it was to do with frames. You wanted more like 50 to 60 frames. So I would suggest a decent graphics card. And I think we all like NVIDIA. Is that right? Do we like NVIDIA?
Yeah, NVIDIA and ATI are both good. I prefer NVIDIA just because I'm an old school PC gamer. I had the Voodoo graphics cards from 3DFX, which became NVIDIA. So I've been with them, using them forever. But I think they push things further quicker. But ATI is good too. But if you're going to get a laptop, you can get a laptop from Toshiba, from Compaq, from Dell, from Acer, from Asus. Any of those name brands that are more the common ones, as long as it has a built-in NVIDIA chipset or an ATI chipset, you're going to get decent frame rates in Minecraft. And I believe if you like see a model that you're interested in, if you Google the model name and Minecraft, I guarantee you'll find people who say how many frames per second they get with Minecraft. But what you don't want is just a graphics card built into the laptop that's by Intel. They're okay, but they're not good for gaming. And that may
No.
change someday, but they're not good for gaming right now. So if it's only got an Intel chipset in it, your graphics will struggle. Now, if you talk about like who makes the best laptop, I mean, there's lots of options. Myself, I'm a big fan of MSI's gaming laptops, but they're not cheap. But they make amazing gaming laptops. I'm using a gaming laptop from MSI right now to record this, and I'm getting 300 frames per second. Granted, I'm sitting still, but I'm getting 300 frames per second. I can get anywhere from 400 to 500 depending on the complexity of the world in Minecraft. They make great laptops for gaming. Mine has a NVIDIA card in it. It's got the the GTX 680M, which is a pretty high end. It's got 4 gigs of memory, the graphics card. So those are great. Also, I mean, a lot of people knock the Alienware, but Alienware makes great stuff. It's expensive, but their laptops are always top of the line when it comes to performance. Better probably than MSI in most cases, but more expensive. So if you're going to go top of the line, Alienware laptops are amazing. So their desktops are nice. Mario has an Alienware desktop, but those are expensive. And if you're technical enough, you can build your own. You can't do that with a laptop, though. So Alienwares are a great choice if you've got the money. All right, the last question comes from Fox232. And here she says, I missed the Minecraft 6 to 8 hour live stream. Will you do it again?
No.
There you have it.
What? Well, we won't do that particular one again because it's in that particular time and that particular date. So unless we have a time machine, but we'll be doing.
Oh, you have a doctor. That
I
can
think I did
take-
put up some footage, like a couple things from that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Stop the Boom in Game of Craft, I think.
So, I mean, those were 2 things that were put up on YouTube. So even if you missed it, you can watch that. Plus, you can always go to Twitch and go to our channel and look at past broadcasts. Twitch doesn't keep them forever, but generally, if you just miss it, it's not a problem to go on there and see everything we did. I mean, you can see all the 8 hours.
And
But-
just for the record, we will be doing like another 6
Yeah,
to
that's
8
what I was
hour
about to
live
say.
stream.
If they're meaning that are we going to do another similar one, then yeah.
We
Yeah,
might
yeah.
do another Minecraft one in the future, but like we
Well,
want to
I'm
try
pretty sure we're
different
going to do
genres.
another Minecraft one.
Yeah,
Like, Minecraft is our thing, isn't it?
I would think Minecraft-wise, we'll probably do 2 or 3 of them at least a year. I mean, we're doing 6 to 8 hour things every month. So we'll be doing one probably, I don't know if we're going to do it the following weekend of this episode, because we'll be back from Minecon and all that. So I don't know if we're going to shoot for that Saturday, but probably the following Saturday will be our November 6 to 8 hour live stream. We'll definitely be doing Minecraft 6 to 8 hours, probably at least 2 to 3 times a year, if not more. I mean, Minecraft's our bread and butter. I mean, that's what we like to do. But we're going to do other stuff too. So, and we always do random live streams too. Like we just random live streamed a week ago or so, some Killing Floor, and we did the objective map and streamed it and recorded it, and then we also did the new map, not in objective mode, but let all the people who wanted to on the stream come on and play. So we always try to do other live streams too. So follow us on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, use your some of those apps for your phones or for Twitter, or get on Twitter and follow us. You'll be notified whenever we stream. So that's the questions, I think, for this week. And I think, honestly, that wraps up episode 22 of the Crewcast. So if you guys want to say goodbye and then get your capes ready to fly, Gizmo, you'll have to fly without a cape, to Minecon.
Yay!
So if you guys want to say goodbye, we will head out.
Bye.
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 Okay. Lol.
It's an extended piston.
Thanks for watching the Crewcast. We hope you tune in again next time. Compass.